Hello friends, and welcome to this week's video. Full transparency, I tried recording 2 videos last week, one of a plan with me, which was so cute. Like this week's dailies just turned out so stinking cute with this glitter washi from Arch Michael, and the weekly turned out really cute. Like everything was just solid, but I've tried to use a different backdrop and it basically made both videos completely blinding. In addition, I'm testing out recording on my iPhone and not my camera because this actually is now, like, my iPhone is better than this now. And when I bought this, it was not the case, but the iPhones have gotten so good, I just don't really love recording on my iPhone. And so quick, TLDR, I put some black rings into this teal, which has been super fun. I love this so much. And nothing here has necessarily changed as far as like my inserts and things like that and notes. But I have been wanting to experiment a little bit with Pocket. And so I was able to get this little Pocket Still Moterm Deep Teal Destashed on Instagram, and I set it up basically because I was like, I want to try this in July. Thinking about maybe even moving into it next week, just as I sort of continue setting things up. I still have a couple things I'm waiting on, like page markers and dividers, which I made just little cardstock sort of fill-ins for right now, but I'm just testing it out mainly because I wanted to see if I could shift basically my entire system that's in here down into something that's in here. Now, one thing about me, I don't want to have to touch more than one planner during the day in order to be able to keep it updated. And so everything would have to fit into Pocket. And I'm like, I'm just curious. There's no reason for me wanting to try this except for I just want to try it. And so that is really, truly what we're doing. And so I'm going to do a little quick flip of my current setup of this Moterm Pocket Luxe 2.0 with the 30mm rings. Now you'll notice that even though this is fully set up with all the same sections that I use in here, this has extra notes and stuff that just have lived in here for a long time that I probably could thin this down. I just haven't yet. And I will probably be chunking this up a little bit more as July goes on because it feels very like thin. And so here we go. Now this did come with the flyleaf. I don't really love the Moterm flyleaves. I usually use something else. And so you'll see I added a few different things. So I have my little Nessie pin right here. This is from my favorite coffee shop, plus a little coffee pin. I don't have anything currently in this pocket. Well, I have one little piece of paper that I don't need because that was a goof. But what will probably live back here will end up being my stickers. Now this whole sticker book probably won't obviously fit back there. That's a little bit large and in charge. But what will likely happen is I will just downsize some of these and just, they'll live back there. And that's where they'll live. So this back pocket will house my stickers. I just have to go through. This has a lot of stickers in it. I don't use all these stickers, so I could easily downsize. And this little dashboard came from an order that I got from Midnight Plans, and I thought this little card was so cute, and so I kept it, and I was just digging through my stash, and I was like, oh, I can use this as a little dashboard situation. And then a freebie dashboard from Watch Becca Plan, and then these dividers I just downloaded and printed on cardstock, reinforced with some washi tape, and cut them out until my other dividers actually get here. I know that once my real dividers are in, that will also add some bulk to all of this, which I do prefer just because it makes it easier to write on when the pages are a little bit more lifted up. But this first section is going to be sort of my monthly / future log because I don't really use like a monthly reference. So the monthly I've been using right now, I actually really love, is just a month on one page. And I really just need to reference what are the dates that things are happening. I really don't even actually need this. And then on the back is sort of my inbox for the month of things that I would like to get done. So June is already, we have one more week of June after this week. And so I just made June one page, and then I have, here's July. So for example, I put July dates and then inbox tasks. And this actually works really, really well. You'll notice that I rounded the corners on the majority of my pages when these did not round appropriately. I just love the look of a rounded corner on the page. After you get done cutting inserts, I just feel like they look so much nicer that way. That's just a personal preference. And so here's August. This will be set up more or less the same way. So I'm basically just transferring anything that's in my future log in my Franklin Covey compact size into this. And then that way, when I shift back and forth, I just have to kind of like spot check and update and transfer anything that didn't get moved over. So I have August, September through December, and then 2 pages for 2025. And these are just lined notes, freebie from Peanuts Planner Co. Then I have another little dashboard in here just for funsies. And then my second section is actually going to be my health log, in which I'm using another Peanuts Planner Co. freebie. So I will track for July my workouts, my daily steps, how much sleep I got, any information about my cycle, which technically goes into a bigger insert in here. So I will end up needing to transfer this because I like to keep an annual view, but that takes me 2 seconds to do. And then my semaglutide log, because I am currently using semaglutide and I'm actually starting my tapering process here in the next week, starting next week. So I just keep track of what days I do injections, any symptoms, did I do bowel training, did I have a bowel movement, because those are just important things to log. I don't have anything else necessarily that I need to track for July, so I'm gonna just leave these otherwise in here blank in case I stay in here for August, but I will just have this for July. And so this is nice because I've been a little bit overwhelmed by my health tracking. I did a lot of tracking in May, which was so helpful. And I don't need to necessarily track all those things anymore, but these basics of sleep, steps, workout, things like that, I just like to track for just behavior purposes more than anything. So that's all that's in here. So this will be my health section. I like to just keep it at the front because I do just reference it usually daily and then I sort of put it away. Then the next section is my weekly, in which the system is the same. So I already kind of started planning for this week, and this is going to be week 26. So I have Monday through Friday. I need to fill in the rest of this. I already started filling in my inbox for the week. I've been carrying around both of these little books just because I'm just having fun in this. You know what I mean? But this currently still has all my current stuff in it. It's just wild to me, the size difference. That's just wild to me. Anyway, but I have my vitamin tracker, my workouts, my daily steps, which is kind of redundant, but I didn't know what else to put here. What I really think I'll probably end up doing is I want to go into the PDF and actually white out this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like just white it out because I don't need 2 weekly trackers, but whatever for this week. Then after this, I have my spending tracker. Then I will have my, and this was a Franklin Covey compact size that I just downsized because I didn't feel like repurchasing this in the correct size. If I end up staying in Pocket longer, a lot of these I will end up like just actually downloading in the Pocket Plus. A lot of these are meant to be Pocket Plus inserts, which is slightly bigger than Pocket. But for right now, this totally works. I do have some 0.38 ballpoint refills for my Uni 1P so that I can write a little bit smaller in this space, but for now I'm still using my 0.7, which is just a little chunky for this size. I'll have my spending tracker here. Then I'll have my music log practice for this week, and then my gratitude for this week. So I'm keeping all of the weekly stuff in the weekly section, just sort of like, here's the overview, here's my spending, here's my music practice, here's my gratitude, and that's all together in the weekly. Mainly because I don't have all my dividers, and so I didn't have enough dividers in my personal mode term right now. The music section and the gratitude section are their own little divider section. I just don't have enough dividers for this size right now. So but that totally works. And then all the extras are just tucked back here. I have enough for the whole month of July. Then we move into my daily section, which again, another little dashboard, watch backup plan. And my dailies are gonna be the same dailies, my day on 2 pages from Railroad Designs. I just have a little cardstock page marker until my actual little page markers get here. And so this is gonna function the same exact way. The reason why I like this day on 2 page is, one, it's what I currently use. I did repurchase this in the correct size because my dailies is where I spend 90% of my time. And so I needed this to be the actual correct insert size, where I put my task list for work, typically my schedule. I keep a real-time log of what's happening for the day, and then I just have random notes for the day on this side. And so I kept my dailies the same. That's the only thing that's in here is just day on 2 page, day on 2 page, day on 2 page. If you've been around, you know this is typically what my dailies look like. Like here was yesterday, it was my mom's birthday yesterday. And so this is pretty normal for me. This is like what my dailies look like. I was traveling and then I was sick. Here was traveling, and then I kind of logged what we did while I traveled so I could do my memory keeping later. And so my dailies are like in the middle, but you can see this is why I kind of want to bulk up this book a little bit, because I'm usually pretty comfortable writing on the rings. They usually don't bother me. But my page is usually a little bit higher up in comparison. I don't know if you can see the difference, but like this is a lot different. These stick up a lot more than this does. Just because there's more pages behind each section. And so sticking the dailies in the middle is a strategic move. So I might mess around with it this evening and just find some more stuff to sort of shove in here, even if it's just more notes pages, right? Like I feel like we can never have too many notes pages. And so there's that. And then after this daily section, which is the bulk of what's in here, we go into the finance section. So I am going to this is also in my personal rings, but I'm just gonna duplicate the information anytime I switch, which again, I just copying over the information. So it's not that big of a deal. To me, I don't normally like having things in multiple places, but what I like even less is having things not at my fingertips. Like I need the things that I need to reference on a daily, weekly basis just sort of in one book, and this solves that problem. Likewise, I downsized, I put in a couple no spend challenges. I want to do one of these in July. And then I downsized my insert that I made for my weekly finances. I am behind on tracking my finances by like 4 weeks, but I typically will sit for like an hour once a month and go back through all my spending logs. So that's something I actually want to do before the end of June so that I can get a sort of a grasp on what Q2 is. And then I have in here notes pages. Now, these are just the Peanuts Planner Co. freebies. And then I went into Canva and I just dropped some cute little graphics in here, which is super fun. And then in the back is sort of a page lifter and an extra pen loop. I have this, which is actually a cut off piece from a passport cover that ended up not fitting the way it was meant to from Paperbound Creations that has a little added pen loop. And I just have this to function as a page lifter, but also an extra pen loop. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. It's getting the job done. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, right now I still have my Sharpie S Gel because I don't have any other gel pens right now that are smaller. I ran out of all of my ink refills and I have some more coming, and I actually have this pen coming in the coffee color, which I used to have one, but I broke it. I have one coming with the correct refills, the 0.38, just so that it's a little smaller for this size. And then instead of this long ass Tombow, this is the one thing that I didn't even think about, was my Tombow is not gonna fit in this pocket because this is so tall. Like this is the same length as my personal, which is why I usually just carry it with me wherever. But I am gonna use this, I think this is the Cool Gray. This is just a regular gray as my sort of highlighter color. This mild liner fits, that it's a normal height, so it fits. And that's sort of the setup for pocket. And so if you have any ideas of like fun things they could kind of add, I'm not usually a huge deco person, but like I wouldn't mind adding, because I need some just sort of extra padding, so like a whole bunch of extra deco like in the front and even in the back. I think in the back what I might do is print some more notes pages. One thing I will want to transfer over is I have some logs like that I keep. So one of my sections in here is my logs section where I have like online order trackers, medical claims, things like that. Again, I would want to like transfer over and keep anything from the July, like anything from July that happens. I don't necessarily want to transfer over all of my medical appointments, like that's a little much, but anything from July, can I transfer this over into my pocket? And then I don't anticipate being in pocket for the majority of the year. I can just stick whatever was from July either into, I can either migrate it over, which again is not my favorite thing to do, but I wanted to try something new, so I'm willing to put in the effort to make sure that everything is updated just to give this a try and try something new. And if I'm quite honest, like this scares me a little bit, but I'm also really excited because I just think this is so cute. And I like the idea of having something slightly more lightweight. I have a lot of things coming up in July. I have a lot of travel coming up. And so I think that something smaller may help me just be more portable, right? As the month goes on. I have 2 trips that I'm taking in July. I've already traveled for the month of June twice, actually. No, it was the end of May that I traveled, and then traveled again just this last week. We were out of town on vacation. But I just think this is so fun. Like, I just want to try something new, and the fact that my system, everything that I need to log and track fits in here. Like, okay, like say less, like it fits in here. So why not give it a try? And I was able to get a lot of this stuff on DStash, and then spent about another $40 on dividers. It's like dividers, pockets, things like that. Those dividers, like I said, will kind of bulk things up a little bit. And I actually have another pocket, a Moterm Veg Tan that I found on a DStash. So I'll have one of this deep teal. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna like this better in the Veg Tan. And so when that gets here, I might sort of test that one out and switch into it. But I like the idea of being able to use Pocket for a month or so, see how I feel in it. And I want to be very clear that there's nothing wrong about this book. I actually really, really love this book. I'm very comfortable in this book, but I'm craving a little bit of novelty. So insert Pocket for a month or so. We'll see how it goes. This may blow up completely in my face. And if it does, then that's a problem for future me, but I'm willing to give it a try just to see how it works. And I'll keep you guys posted, but I think I'm gonna get into this one this coming week, the plan with me, and then just sort of keep this updated, sort of the monthly logs for the remainder of June, keep it updated at the end of the day for the next week, and then switch everything over. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, you guys, if you have any questions or have any comments or have any good Pocket like inserts, resources that you like that you want to send my way, just let me know. And thanks for being here. I'll catch you on the next one.